Good afternoon. How are you all doing? Let's go disco people. It's Friday the 15th of July 2016. I'm out tonight. I'm helping a friend of mine out who's got a disco booked at a hotel which I'm very familiar with from 7 to midnight. I think it's a 3-course sit-down meal. I have no idea really what the occasion is. I'm getting sort of mixed messages from this guy. I'm hoping that a guy is going to come in after they've eaten, really. He decided he had something to do in the early part of the day. He may not get there in time, so his equipment is already set up waiting for me. I'm hoping that I don't have to do too much. I'll come home early because I'm doing a wedding tomorrow, and I've got an early start. And it's a wedding that has a room turnaround. I think I mentioned before, I hate room turnarounds. They just stress me out. People always saying, how long are you going to be, how long are you going to be, and they're running late, and because they're running late, it's like my fault, or our fault, shall I say. So that's for tomorrow. Today, as it's Friday evening, I'll be leaving pretty soon. I'm going to Luton, which on a good day is about an hour away. Although I don't have to take any equipment, I could take my music. Still want to get there a bit early just to get my head around this equipment which I've used before, and set myself up and see what the evening brings. I said, first of all, it was people having a back to school disco, so I thought, okay. Then I got a message saying it's something else. It's a teacher's dinner, so whether or not it's an end of term meal, I have no idea till I get there. But I'm doing him a favour, which I've done once or twice before. He does get me bookings, so I don't mind, as long as it's not too late. I've had a bloke's flu this week. As we know, bloke's flu, that kills us. We're almost on a deathbed. I feel a bit rough today, although it's getting better, so I could have really done without this, and firing all cylinders for tomorrow. But apart from that, I hope you're having a good Friday. The weather outside, if we shall have a look, is warm. It's definitely warm. I'm not sure if it's going to rain or not rain, but hey ho, we're all keeping our fingers crossed that we get some sunny days. I think we had a very early summer. I think what we call April or May, the weather was pretty good. But hey, we like talking about the weather, don't we? So just gone to 5 o'clock, and I'll be leaving soon to get changed and hit the road. I say it's only music I'm taking. I still use CDs, so it's 4 boxes of CDs. He still uses CDs, so it's a twin CD player. I think it's a Denon one, as far as I can recall. And well, I shall see you when we all get there. Over and out it goes, please. So this is his equipment for tonight. The control box for the star cloth's not there, so I'm not too sure if he's bringing that later on. And he has 2 of these little dot, I'm not sure what height, I've not seen them before, on the ceiling. It's a very small place. I found out it's 2 schools, and it's a end of term, so school's out Alice Cooper, right? And that's his equipment. I said the star cloth's not working because the controller box is not there. I said, oh, maybe he's bring that later on, or maybe it's not working. So this will be the dance floor area. It's not a big area at all. I've been there several times, particularly for Christmas parties a few years ago. But my mate is a residential DJ here. He's sort of standard kit he brings. I've got a mate too with my boxes of CDs here, and one over there, and one on top of his amp. He puts them in wallets. He doesn't use cases and uses wallets. I can't turn the lights around because the mains cables are too tight to turn, so I'll let them flash there. But obviously my main concern is that at the end of the star cloth there's nothing here, so I don't know what's going on there. We shall see if he brings it later on. Actually, Newmark CDs he's using. I thought it was Denham's Newmark. I know he's had this for a while, never let him down. I think the case is something a little bit bigger than what he's got. But hey ho, if everyone has a good time, it doesn't really matter so much about the equipment, that's my belief. Everyone's having a good time, wherever that may be, dancing or sitting down, tapping their feet, etc. Then it doesn't really matter. There's not much room to put stuff here, really. Obviously I think the star clock, I think it was a backdrop, because obviously he's tied it on here. Obviously it was a backdrop and he's using it as a front. I would recommend that you get someone particularly for this 4-foot stand. This is like a gorilla 4-foot stand type of thing with an overhead bar. Like I said, it's not much space. It's a proper 3-4 course meal. I reckon they'll finish it about 9ish. I think my mate will probably turn up just after that to be the hero for the next couple of hours. I don't know why, don't ask, but there's a scooter and a tank of water with some fish. Art decor, no, I think it's from the other side. I don't know what scooter it is, but it's in a tank of water with goldfish, or fish. Maybe it's a bit arty. You've got a piano in the corner. It's a boutique hotel, that's what they call themselves, a boutique hotel. It's right in the middle of Luton, very good for the airport. And this is downtown Luton. Yes, how exciting is it? Starcloth doesn't look too well, actually, it's too loose. Not too sure what brand them speakers are. Looks like the brand's been taken off. But the lights are on the sound to light. And there's me, all a bit dressed up, it's a bit smart. Even though it's somebody else's gig. Aperol Spirit for £4.50 a glass. No idea what that is, I don't drink. I've actually just found out what it is. It's 2 schools celebrating the end of term. So obviously, I had to dig out Alice Cooper Schools Out on my school, disco.com, various artists. And I've got Pink Floyd The Wall, which I may throw in while they're eating. 2 obvious choices. It has to be. And they're probably used to it anyway, I guess. If they're not, it's too bad, isn't it? If it doesn't go down well, I'll sort of cut it off. But I can do these things when they're eating. Everyone's just on their first course. Trying to blow up these balloons on the table. Well, party people, I've just come home. It's a bit later than I thought. I thought I was going to get here much earlier. But mate was an hour and a half late than he said. He's only had to do about 45 minutes and he's finished. But there we go. So that's done. It's a strange one. It was 2 schools having an end of term sort of meal, stroke party, stroke disco. And one group wanted and preferred sort of slightly older stuff, and one group only wanted latest stuff. And it was interesting that when one group was dancing, say, to Dancing Queen or something, the other group just sat there or stood there waiting for their turn. It was quite funny. But anyway, that's it for Friday. It's now Saturday morning. I'm got a wedding, room turnaround tomorrow. I'm going to Rugby, which is junction 1 of the M6. Today I was in Luton, which is junction 10 of the M1, so north and south, or south or north, depending which way you look at it. So I'm just going to have a cuppa now, and then go to bed, and then it all starts again tomorrow. So I'll catch you all then. Good afternoon, folks, boys and girls. Come up to 2 o'clock, and I've been to the lockup, the van's loaded, and get ready for another day. And a wedding, as I mentioned previously. And the weather today, or this afternoon, is a bit, it's warm, it's sticky, so it's going to be hot and sticky unloading and setting up, particularly as it's a room turnaround, so the more stress there. Looks like it's going to rain, hopefully rain keeps off. And that's a weather report here from Northampton. And my lunch, light lunch. I've got some rice, some tuna fish, and some broccoli. All healthy stuff, very light. Don't like eating heavy stuff before I go to work. And yes, we're now ready for another wedding. The venue is pretty small. I know the venue very well. It's for an agent. An agent has the venue. It's a very small area. I need my trolley because from the car park to load unloading is a bit of a path. I'm hoping to unpack in a hallway so I can go straight in rather than unpacking it, etc, etc. That's what I'm hoping for. So I'm hoping to get there early. I'm hoping to get there by 5:15. So it gives me a while to unpack. Whether or not they finish at 6 o'clock, ready for 7 is another matter altogether, as we know. But I don't like being late, and be prepared. As they say, I wasn't in the Boy Scouts, wrong religion. Roman Catholics aren't supposed to go into the Cubs or Scouts, etc. But anyway, it's Saturday, July the 16th, and I'm ready for another booking. And I'll catch you on the other end. The room, the wine glass. This is the room, tucked in the corner. The colour is blue teal or something, so I've put the uplights to a blue colour. And I've used the Chauvet slim quads for the first time. Yeah, see what it's like. There. Inner roller pockets. Just a couple. Very small area. So I put the Chauvet slim quad beam here, something different, just to try it out, see what it looks like, something different. See all my little cables there, can't you? Normally I use white scrims on the speakers, but there's no spread to put scrims on. Right, short demo of the inno pocket roll. Now it's not a big space. As you can see, it's still light outside. It's 8 o'clock, and it's hitting the walls, it's hitting the floors. Also, these are very dark walls. These are red, burgundy red wallpaper. So it's very light outside. One on master, this is the master, and that one's just on slave. Program 2, because it will do the opposite. Program 1 will do identical, 2 will be the opposite. And that fills up this room. I could have bought some more lights, I guess, a couple more, but the pressure was on to room turnaround, so I didn't want to spend too much time fiddling around with cables. The spherion I managed to put on top of the speaker. I was going to hang it up in the middle, but I managed to put it on top of my speaker, or I have two of them, but I'm going to use one. And I managed to put the mega tripar pluses at the bottom. The colour is blue, so I put it on blue. One on the speaker, one on a column, so I've light a column. House light is still up. Don't know why they leave them on, but you know, pocket rolls are doing their thing. On the wall, on the floor. Here we are again, guys and girls. Just got in a couple of minutes ago. 2 o'clock. yeah, about 45 minutes away from the venue. Took me just over an hour to pack out, get out, and I'm home now. It's a very humid night. Didn't do much videoing of the dance floor because it wasn't my booking. Normally on my bookings I ask the question, permission yes or no. This is an agency, so I managed to do the first dance, and I think some of the father-daughter, don't normally do a lot of them, but she was South African, and apparently they do a lot of that in South Africa. And it was a very warm night, people sitting out in the gardens, as we all know they do. Bar was in the other room, but it was I'd say it's an okay night. There was a slightly older age group, no kids, really unusual, but sometimes they can be a pain, but no kids. Anyway, that's another one over and done with. Yes, any comments, then put it in the box below once I uploaded this, etc. Over and out, and I'll catch you again. Let's go disco.